if you've never been here before. They've got a lot of newbies tonight. Woo! Yeah, good job. Tyler's so excited. Liz, what? There's 3 seats.
Look at that one.
You are not new. Stop raising your hand. I was trying to make it. I'll go take I can't go back. Anybody else? Well, guys, this is really cool because these are all the purple ones we got left, and then we can order the new ones, which are going to be even cooler. Keep bringing your friends so I can give these away or sell them, okay?
We did mini
Alright guys, to get us rolling tonight, we got Miss Allie who's going to come do a special number for us. Ow, ow! Allie!
Yeah. She has so much.
Was she singing? They won't like loudly. We're going all the way back there.
Now you start. A little bit starts showing us.
Just tell her away.
You can steal her seat if you want.
Allie, you can do it.
I can do this. Something like she yelled very hard. I told you I got
When you look back on times we had, I hope you smile and know that through the good and through the bad, I was on your side when nobody could hold us down. We claimed the brightest star and we came so far, and no, they won't forget. Whenever you remember times gone by, remember how we held our heads so high when all this world was there for us. We believed that we could touch the sky. Whenever you remember, I'll be there. Remember how we reached that dream together. Whenever you remember, when you think back on all we've done, I hope you're proud. When you think back and see how far we've come, it was our time to shine, and nobody could hold us down. We thought they'd see us fall, but we stood so tall, and no, they won't forget. Whenever you remember times gone by, remember how we held our heads so high when all this world was there for us. We believed that we could touch the sky. Whenever you remember, I'll be there. Remember how we reached that dream together. whenever you remember. Whenever you remember. That was in memory of Lauren. This is 3 months ago today was the day Lauren was taken from us. So I know it's been hard for a lot of you guys today. I can't say that it's really been that hard for me just yet because I knew I had you guys to look forward to. And this is my favorite day of the week when I get to see all you guys. So it really, really makes me happy. But thank you, Allie, for singing that song. It was very beautiful.
Thank you.
We also have another singing that we have to do. Happy birthday, Ben, Ryan. Get your butts up here. Anybody else have a birthday this week?
Get up there.
Get up, get up.
Come on, birthday boys. Aren't they handsome?
And pretty.
You had a birthday too? How old did you turn? All right, so here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear lovers. Happy birthday to you.
Ben, don't I get a hug from you? I'm going to hug Ryan and not you. Hello. Okay, so when I passed out the bracelets, I forgot to tell you guys what they were for. So anybody want to tell the newbies what the bracelets are for? Nobody knows what the bracelets are for? No. Thank you, Rosie.
They're a reminder to us and to other Rise Abovers to rise above. If you see somebody not rising above, just snap your bracelet at them as, again, a reminder.
Right. It's our visual reminder of what we're trying to do here. We're going to rise above any tense situations that we might have. So it's something for you to take a look at. It's something for others to look at. It marks you as part of this group, somebody that's going to do a better job of the way that they deal with people. So, all right. I want to know who did last week's challenge. Nice job, guys. Round of applause. Last week's challenge was to invite someone new to join your friendship circle at lunchtime or go out with them someplace or a movie or something like that. And then part 2 of the challenge was to find someone new to talk to at Rise Above. How many of you guys have done that part of the challenge? Good job. That's awesome, y'all. And I appreciate all the people that took it upon themselves to bring new people as well. Hey, Kyla. Oh, never mind. Okay. Now, so you guys know right off the bat, we are going to do things a little bit different today. We've had a couple of people who would like to share a couple of stories with you, so we're going to give them a few minutes of our time. And I want you to know that the reason why, well, I'll let them share the reason why they want to share their stories. So first we're going to have Paige Rochelle.
Well, those of you who don't know me, I'm Paige, and I thought I would share my story tonight because it's a pretty big part of my life. A lot happened to me when I was 11. Things that happened to my mom, my dad. I started getting into bad things. I started cutting myself, started doing drugs, started having sex. I was a bully when I was in the 6th grade. I think part of my life reflected on my little sister. She follows through my footsteps and I don't like it. And she's going to be up here sharing her story. I don't like myself for who I am anymore because of the things I've been through. I don't like myself. I feel like a baby sitting up here getting ready to cry, but that happens. People see me different in school, but if you get to know me, you will probably like me. So those of you who have a bad reputation for me, get to know me first, please. That's all I'm asking. When I heard Lauren's story, I was like, maybe I can get my story out there, maybe help somebody. I wasn't very sure. It took me a few weeks to be able to do this. But I don't see my mom, so there's for everybody who get to see their parents every day. Hug them, tell them you love them, because I can't do that to my mom. I don't see her. And my dad, don't tell me he loves me at all. I told him one morning during the week that I loved him, and he looked at me and goes, okay. He didn't give me a hug, no nothing. It was just an okay. Go to school, have fun. Made my day horrible. And that was the day I got into a fight. So I rely on my dad sometimes, but my dad has done so much to me, and it kills me. And so there's, for everybody that lives with their mom and their dad, hug them every day and tell them you love them, because I can't do that. I want to, but I can't, because my parents don't care. That's my story.
It's very hard for people to get up here and share stories like that, so I want to make sure that everyone here knows that she felt comfortable enough to share that story with us because we make her feel loved here. And I feel very, very fortunate that she's decided to open up to us. Her sister Caitlin also would like to come up and share her story as well. And I pray that you would just give her the same opportunity that you gave Paige, okay?
Where is she? Hello. Oh, there's a lot of people. I just wanted to say that I transferred to Sheridan a while ago because I was bullied at Miller's Court. And I like Sheridan a lot better now because I got to meet a lot more new people that are there for me and they stick up for me. But at Miller's Court, I got into a relationship with this one guy, and he sort of made my life horrible. He started telling everybody I'm a whore, a slut, and it got around the school eventually. And every day I got gagged at in the hallway. People would run away from me, saying that I'm nasty and stuff like that. And I got phone calls every night from day to day, and they're just sitting there saying they don't want to be my friend anymore. And Paige was there to help me. Everybody was there to help me. And Shannon, when I met Lauren the first time, she helped me out a lot too. She said, don't worry, that she'd be there for me, and then I heard she passed away and died on the bus. And Shannon, when I came to Rise Above, Liana told me about it. She's not here today, but she told me about it. And I talked to Shannon, and she helped me out a lot too, and I'm really glad I'm here, and I'm really glad I met all you guys, because you guys have helped me a lot. I like to say thank you to Paige and my mom for being there for me. My dad not so much, but I really am thankful that I went to Rise Above, and thank you to everybody here. So that's my story.
In case you haven't noticed, there's a lot of love to go around here. And that's one thing we love about Rise Above. Everyone's welcome and everyone is loved. And if you don't feel that, come talk to me afterwards, because I want to make sure that we do something about it. Okay? There's one more story to share tonight, and it's going to be my story. Looking at me, you guys probably wouldn't think about the way that I grew up. When I was younger, my mom worked almost constantly. We were very, very poor. We had no food, no clean clothes, just basically nothing. We had roaches all in our house. I mean, I never got a bath except on the weekends when I went to my dad's house. And if I did get a bath when I was at my mom's, I didn't have any soap or any shampoo or anything like that. So we had to hide our food in the refrigerator so the roaches couldn't get it. And I can remember from the time I was this big, my mom always made me and my sister do the dishes after dinner, and we had a big family. I was one of 5 kids, and we had to do all the dinner dishes, which was a lot, and sometimes if I wanted to let them soak, my mom said, "You're not going to let them soak, you're going to stand up there until they get done," and I would spend hours doing dishes, washing the dishes, and I was very, very young. And so anyway, my mom was beaten on a regular basis by my stepdads. She's been married several times, so every single time I got a new stepdad, there was more of the domestic violence that went on and whatnot. And I remember hiding behind the couch and crying and being scared that my mom was going to get killed. And then what was going to happen, because I was afraid my stepdad would beat me up and my little brothers and sisters. And they were all crying, and I was the oldest, so I had to put my arm around them and tell them it was going to be okay, even though I didn't think it was going to be okay. And it was really, really bad. But I never thought once, oh, woe is me. Never thought I have such a horrible life. I just didn't know any better. I loved school. I went to school, and I met a librarian named Mrs. Longest, who believed in me. And she looked past the fact that I had dirty clothes and messed up hair, and I was the stinky kid, nobody would play with me, and things like that. She looked past all that. And every day she said, "You can spend as much time as you want in this library. You come down here anytime you want, and I'll be your friend, and you can read every book here." And I did. I would do my schoolwork. I went to an alternative school. They would give you all your work at the beginning of the day, and then you could do it at your own pace. So I did all my work in like the first half hour of the day, and then I spent the rest of the day in the library. I read every single book I could find, and I still have a picture of that librarian with her arm around me, and I was holding a book up, just smiling as big as could be. And I still remember the name of the book that I loved the most that was in her library. And the reason why I'm telling you this story is because I want you to know there's always more than meets the eye. You see somebody walking in the hallway, and you think you know them. You probably don't. So you need to stop and think before you make fun of someone. It's like Paige said, get to know them first before you make some kind of a decision. Because even though they may not look like you think they should look, even though you may not know a lot about them, they probably have a lot of potential. And that is what Mrs. Longest saw in me. She saw a bright mind. She saw a kind heart. She didn't see a little kid with dirty hair and dirty clothes. She saw something in me. And because of that, I was probably about, what'd you say, Dad, about 2nd grade or something when I knew Mrs. Longest.
I don't remember.
I was very, very young. I was very young. So I would say that the reason why I still remember her name, and I still remember my favorite book, and I still remember exactly what she looked like after 30 years, is because she treated me like I had worth. And that's what I want you guys to learn, is that you need to look past what you originally see and find the worth in someone. Every person has worth. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to find than others, and sometimes you have to dig a little bit harder to find it, but it's there. So I want you to take it upon yourself to realize that every person deserves that chance, deserves for you to see their potential. Okay? I want to tell you, there's a woman at my church also. She's taken a liking to me, and Ben will know who I'm talking about. She takes a liking to me. I don't know why, other than the fact that she doesn't have very many friends, and most of the friends that she does end up getting, she ticks them off, and they decide they don't want to be her friend anymore. And I'm one of the few people that will talk to her hug on her. She ticks me off sometimes, and I just, okay, she's ticked me off. I'll go back and talk to her again tomorrow. She's even ticked Ben off, and he's kind of a little bit hard to tick off sometimes. But the reason why she has kind of latched herself onto me is because I give her the time of day. And that's the kind of people that I want you guys to learn how to be. Somebody who gives someone the time of day, okay? Even though they may not be your very favorite person in the entire world, they're still worth your time. Every single person is worth your time in one way or another. I choose to believe that there's more to me than meets the eye with this woman. I believe she has something inside of her that has potential. And she may not ever be my very, very best friend in the whole wide world, but I believe she has good in her. Just like I believe that each one of you has good in yourselves. And that's the reason I believe that Paige and Caitlin were comfortable coming up here and sharing their stories today, because they felt like we see potential in them. We see past what everybody else doesn't see past. When you come here, I want each one of you to know that there is potential in you. And even if none of you guys see it in each other, I see it in you. And that's why I'm so adamant on hugging each one of you and talking to you on Facebook and inviting you to come back and telling you to invite your friends. Because you guys have potential, every last one of you. And you're going to grow up to be something great. I know you are. Every one of you are going to grow up and do wonderful things. God has a plan for each and every one of you. Sometimes it takes somebody else seeing something in you because you can't see it for yourself. The reason that Mrs. Longest made such a difference in my life is because she saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. I hate to think where I would have turned out or what I would have been had nobody seen any potential in me. God sees potential in each one of you. God saw potential in me. When I was young, I was very bossy, and I think I've told you guys this before. I had a big mouth. Believe it or not, as Lauren's mother, those of you that knew Lauren, you probably know where she got the big mouth from, right? She was a back talker, and she couldn't keep her mouth shut for anything. She gets that from me. My oldest daughter's that way too. You can't shut her up for anything. But God chose to use that in my life to be able to stand up here and speak to you guys and to articulate what it is that I'm trying to get across to you. If I was a shy person, this would not be the job for me, okay? But God uses what we have as our strengths, and he uses us for something that's bigger than what we think that we can do on our own. Some of you that are shy, some of you that come every week and just barely smile at me, God's got a purpose for you too. You don't have to have a big mouth and be up here leading the whole parade. Sometimes it's easier, or sometimes it's what God has planned for you to be that one person to sit beside someone that's new, and you know what it feels like to be quiet, and you know what it feels like to be shy and not to know anyone. So you're the one that sits down and talks to that person and makes them feel comfortable. So God has a way of using each and every one of us. Always treat people according to their potential, not according to what you see. See what can be. When we bought this house, it had a horrible, horrible, horrible laundry room. The room when you first walk in where I've got my washer and dryer. I mean, it had the ugliest tile and the most hideous wallpaper. And Ben and I came in and we looked through the house and said, this house has potential. We looked past all the ugly and we knew what it could be. And we moved in and we made it something beautiful. And that's what you guys can do with your lives. You can take what potential is there and really grow into it. You can also do that with someone else. If you see someone else that you think, oh my gosh, I can't stand them. They're such an ugly person. They don't have anything good about them. Stop and take another look, because you could be wrong. Try to look past what it is that's keeping you from seeing their potential. All right, now we're going to take this one step further into the bullying realm. Okay, you guys are here to learn about bullying. When you confront a bully or when you defend a victim, be sure that you view them in their best light. Now, some of you guys are probably wondering, I don't know, you're probably thinking, what kind of potential would a bully have? Well, Paige stood up here and told all of you guys that she used to bully people. I've had more than one, more than just Paige. There's been a lot of people that's come up to me that said, you know, I used to be a bully. Let me tell you, a lot of times, people that are victims of bullying often end up being the bully because they don't know how to deal with what is happening to them. So stop and take a minute. A bully may just be a person with an outgoing personality. Maybe they don't know how to curb their words. I know that I had this problem for a long time. I don't know whether I ever bullied anyone. If I did, I'm sorry that I did. But for me, it was really hard for me to learn what, oh, you, I bullied you? For me, it was really hard to learn that you can't just go and say whatever it is you want to say to anybody at any time of day. I was always under the premise that, well, I'm an honest person. I just tell it like it is. How many of you guys have said that before? Okay, yeah. I just tell it like it is. Well, guess what? That's not the right thing to do always, okay? There's such thing called tact, and it's called saying what you have to say in a nice way, okay? You can't just say the first thing that comes out of your mouth and expect that you're never going to hurt someone. You can end up bullying people that way. A bully may also be someone who was given everything they ever wanted, and then when you cross them and decide not to do things their way, they get a little bit ticked off, and so they bully you. That doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes them a spoiled person, okay? So stop and think about that. You know, actually, Ben's boss has been bullying him. Look at him. Aw, giving a blanket to the girls. I need a blanket. I'm freezing. Right. So, you know, stop and think about the reasons that someone may be bullying someone. First of all, maybe they're being bullied at home. Maybe their parents bully them, you know, and that is possible. Grown-ups do bully people too. Maybe they've been given everything they've ever wanted and you're the first person to cross them. You know, there's several reasons why someone could be a bully. It's not necessarily the fact that they're just a mean person, okay? So stop and think about that. Then you also need to stop and think about someone who's being bullied. They may be someone who is just unique and someone that prefers to live life on their own terms. They get bullied because they wear a nose ring or because they do their hair a different way or something like that. And they honestly don't deserve to be bullied because they want to be unique. We should actually applaud them for wanting to be unique, okay? Someone else who gets bullied also could be someone who doesn't yet know how to defend themselves. That's a learned skill. A lot of people, like I said before, are shy. They don't know how to stand up to someone in the right way. They may need a friend. They may need someone to show them. They may just need to mature, okay, and learn how to properly stand up for themselves. Doesn't mean they're weak, just means they haven't learned those skills yet on how to set boundaries. Also, oh, I lost my note. I'm sorry. Anyway, Paige and Caitlin wanted to share their stories because they feel loved and accepted here. They also shared their stories because they want to be heard. How many of you guys just have said to yourselves, and I've said this a million times, I just want someone to understand me. I just want someone to listen. Okay? All of us have been there. All of us. Now let me tell you a little bit about being heard. Okay? People are not going to care what you say until you show them how you feel. Okay? Until you make them feel like you care, they're not going to care what you say. You guys come here and listen to me every week, not because I'm this great orator, because I'm not. Obviously, I need notes and I mess up a lot. You guys come here and listen to me every week because you know that I care about you. I make an effort to show each and every one of you that I care that you're here. That's why you care what I have to say. So if you want someone to listen to you, you need to make sure that you're taking the first step to make them feel loved and cared about. And then they're going to open their ears and they're going to open their heart to you. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay, good. Think of the people whose advice that you value. Your parents, maybe, a respected teacher, a good friend. Those are the people, if you value their advice, stop and think. Those are the people that probably make you feel like you're worth something. Those are the people that see your potential and treat you according to that. okay? Always treat somebody better than what you think that they're doing right now. Treat them as good as you think that they can do. That lifts them up to their potential, okay? If you see somebody and you just think, oh, they're just a normal person, you know, there's nothing special about them. Guess what? If enough people think that, that's what those people are going to end up being. Just a normal person, nothing special. But if you treat someone who's normal like they're going to really do something great with their lives, then chances are they're going to rise to that occasion. Always treat people a little bit better than what they're doing, okay? And they'll keep rising up. It's your responsibility to make people know that you see the potential in them, all right? I have a bullying tip of the week, and then we'll be done. Bullying is often a group activity. It's a show of power. That's all it is. The bully bullies the victim, and the bystanders laugh or do nothing, and that reinforces the bullying, okay? There is power in numbers. That's why you choose to come to Rise Above, because instead of being the people that stand by watching someone else get bullied, or you bullying someone else, instead of standing by and do nothing, you as Rise Above members need to be the greater majority. You guys need to be the ones who are going to stand up and say, no, we're not going to let this happen. This is wrong. We stand up for what's right, and I don't appreciate what you're doing, and you stop the bullying action. If there's enough of you, then your numbers are going to make that difference. Our group has to become bigger than the group who does nothing. Got that? So keep bringing your friends. Keep getting those purple bracelets out there, and we are going to make a difference. There's power in numbers. You have to remember that. Okay, so next week's task, I want you guys to think of a person. Yes, sir? Hi. Sure.
I've got her beat. There was 9 of us. I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters. And she's right. Okay, you win. Shut up. I have noticed since you all have been coming to Rise Above, there have been lots and lots of good things. I can't believe how some of you have rose above, and I'm very proud of you. And would you quit that? And I know that some of you guys will go down the hallway. I love you, Mrs. Poling. And it's like, you don't know me. You don't either. For those that don't know me, I do in-school suspension at Sheridan High School. Yep, and there's a lot of y'all have been in my classroom. There's, I know. I don't understand.
She's well liked.
Don't touch her fruit. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, there's a lot of people that call me the B word.
Best teacher in the world.
You're one of them. I'm kidding. I do have some things, though, that I want to share. And it fits very well with what you're doing tonight. If you've been in my room, I have a large poster hanging there. Jesse, you should know of all people. It's called Attitude. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than success, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Before I did what I do now, I worked at CVS. Well, I started with Revco, but you're all too young for knowing Revco. CVS, a pharmacy. I am a licensed pharmacy technician also. I quit just before I had a brother that passed away, 2 weeks before his 40th birthday. And I would go in every day. My boss had this hanging on the wall, and I would go in every day and read it because I was a bitch then too, okay?
Oh my God.
I'm honest here, okay? Very honest.
But not in the way that I remember.
Well, hush. I've got some other things that I would like to share with you too. And if I'm keeping you later than usual, too bad.
Hopefully it didn't pick up.
I get it.
Imagine there is a bank account that credits your account each morning with $86,400. It carries over no balance from day to day. Every evening, the bank deletes whatever part of the balance you failed to use during that day. What would you do? Draw out every cent? Of course. Each of us has a bank. Its name is time. Every morning, it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Every night, it writes off as lost. Whatever of this you have failed to invest to a good purpose, it carries over no balance. It allows no overdraft. Each day, it opens a new account for you. Each night, it burns the remains of the day. If you fail to use the day's deposits, the loss is yours. There is no drawing against tomorrow. You must live in the present on today's deposits. Invest it so as to get from it the utmost in health, happiness, and success. The clock is running. Make the most of today. Think about it. And you know what? Do you remember when you were in kindergarten, maybe first grade? Do you remember seeing somebody do something really stupid? And every time you see that person today, what do you think of? There's a lot of people, it'll get worse as you get older. Because especially what you do today, when you go to your 30th get-together, graduation party, whatever you call them things. Reunions, thank you. My mind's gone. That's what you're going to think of. What you do today sets the presence for what's going to happen in 20 years. So think about things before you do them. I've got one more thing to share with you. I'm sorry for taking over.
You're allowed. This is Sherry.
Remember me. My name is Gossip.
Now it's Miss Pauline.
I have no respect for justice. I maim without killing. I break hearts and ruin lives. I am cunning and malicious and gather strength with age. The more I am quoted, the more I am believed. I flourish at every level of society. My victims are helpless. They cannot protect themselves against me because I have no name and no face. To track me down is impossible. The harder you try, the more elusive I become. I am nobody's friend. Once I tarnish a reputation, it is never quite the same. And if anyone has ever said any gossip about you, you know how it changes your life. I topple governments and wreck marriages. I ruin careers, cause sleepless nights, heartaches, and indigestion. I spawn suspicion and generate grief. I make innocent people cry in their pillows. Even my hisses, even my name hisses. I am called gossip. Office gossip. Shop gossip. Party gossip. I make headlines and headaches. Before you repeat a story, ask yourself, is it true? Is it fair? Is it necessary? If not, shut up! You know, unless you actually seen it, and unless it's something good, don't repeat it. Because 9 times out of 10, you get the story screwed up. And if you can't say anything good about somebody, what are we going to do? Thank you. Shut up!
Thank you, Mrs. Foley. I do have a one-liner that kind of goes along with what she just said. I saw this on Facebook, and I want to make sure I share it with you because it really, really makes a lot of sense. Think about it. The truth is still the truth, even if no one believes it. And a lie is still a lie, even if everyone believes it. So, when somebody says something bad about you, people want to text me all the time, oh, so-and-so said this about me. Is it true? No. Okay, then don't worry about it. Really? You know it's not true. Your friends who are your real friends know it's not true, and nobody else matters. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, I guess. Stick it in what? In your pipe. Your juice box. Okay, whatever. Okay, so the task, next week's task. I want you guys to think of the name of someone. Think of them right now because you're going to have to write them down so you don't forget it before next week. The name of someone that you think shows the most potential for change. Okay? Think of somebody in your life. Doesn't have to be an enemy, doesn't have to be a friend, it could be a parent, you know, anybody that you think has a lot of potential to change for the better. Okay? Write their name down, and then I want you to do something nice for them every single day this week. Okay? Something as simple as texting them or writing them something nice on Facebook just to say, hey, you know, just thinking about you, have a great day. Bring them a candy bar at school, you know, take them somewhere, make them something, just anything you can think of to brighten their day, okay? We're going to be feeding into the lives of people for making our schools a better place. And it starts with you guys. If you can start the change by treating other people nicely, we're going to have those people that reach their full potential. You guys are already reaching your potential by being here. Okay, you're already making a change. So we want you to put that into someone else's life. Focus on the potential, not what they're lacking. See this person as they could be, not as they are right now. Okay? You guys think you can do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Angie? We're going to have a fundraising report real fast. No, there's nothing to report?
I need people to work on the donation aspect from companies.
Has anybody got any donations for our raffle basket that we're going to do? Has anybody asked for any donations?
I need a flyer.
Thank you, Tequila. Okay, everyone else needs to... What'd you say? Did you too?
I need flyers, but my mom works for Great Clips and they're going to donate a haircut.
Great. Good job, Ashley. I have flyers, by the way. So yes, if you need flyers to help you with your cause, please see me. I have some in the kitchen, okay? We need to get on the stick with this, you guys. The country fair's in like 2 weeks, okay? Also, we are very short on snacks this week because nobody brought anything. I made a couple things, and there's not that much there, but you guys need to be stepping up to the plate if you want to eat after I'm done talking, okay? Start bringing some stuff. I need you not to ignore Miss Angie when she posts on Rise Above and says, hey, who's bringing something? Everybody's like, not me, I ain't bringing nothing. Come on, y'all, okay? I can't afford to feed 80 kids every single week. If you guys want something good, you're going to have to help me, all right?
Yes. We are able to sell stuff at the middle school volleyball game. If anybody wants to come out and help support or
Middle school volleyball game tomorrow. What time?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. We're going to be having a... Yay, middle school volleyballers. That's what I'm talking about. We are going to have a little table there to be able to sell some things. So come out and support us for that. Wear your purple. Okay?
Where's Rachel?
Allie. Has New Lexington contacted you? No? We're still waiting.
I'm already having
Okay. Do what?
I go to New Lex every day. They don't contact
You go
me.
to New
What's it for?
Oh, you play New Lex. Well, kick their butts. Okay, we want to thank Cody McClaskey and Danielle Butler for doing a wonderful article in the Sheridan General. I finally got a copy of it today, so yay! Thank you. Where are you, Cody? Thanks. Did you and Jenna get pictures or get posters up?
Yeah, and then some of them got taken down again.
Huh?
Actually, a lot of them got taken.
And Allie got called the king.
Yeah, they're all down. I haven't seen
Okay, we'll address that situation. Make sure that we are asking before we put things up. We don't want to cause any waves at the school. We already know they don't like us for some reason, but we're going to play by the rules, okay? So before you go putting anything up, make sure you ask Mr. Caldwell, not Mr. King, ask Mr. Caldwell where to put them and where it would be acceptable, because he's already told me that he's on board with it, okay? Right. Okay. I think that's it tonight, guys. Anybody got anything else they need to say? All right, you better not knock each other down to go get all my delicious treats up there.